Are you listening to this episode on Himalaya? If you are, congratulations, because you're already using the best new podcast app out there. If you're not, well, you're a loser and missing out, so get it together. Whether you're a podcaster or a fan, Himalaya is designed with you in mind and has a ton of cool new features like curated shareable playlists and collections made just for you, along with personalized recommendations to help with content discovery. And the best part is, it's super easy to use. It's definitely my favorite listening app, and I'm sure it will be yours too. So do yourself a favor and download Himalaya today, and be sure to follow my show, Worst Firsts, once you're there. Bye. Hello, everyone. We are live on the Worst First podcast. Thank you so much to everyone for subscribing and liking and all your reviews and everything, and it's doing so well, and I'm so grateful for all of you because I had no purpose in life before this, and we changed the intro music. It was really bad.
What was the intro music?
The intro music was like it was bad. So
and what is it now?
Like, really bad. Now it's like it's like
very similar.
Bad, but so it's basically the same, but with like more drums and guitar. So we're hoping. I'm just trying to be cooler. It's not working.
Well, you have to get like uncopyrighted music, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Or like
it's
have someone make something for you.
Right. If it's free, it's for me. But it's not for everyone else.
Me. Also, gotta say, didn't realize this was taped. I would have put on a stitch of makeup.
Who cares? Okay, you're fabulous. You don't need to wear makeup.
I mean, I do.
Come on, I have a high. But what did you think this was?
A
low budget podcast. Just record.
Audio medium. That's the definition of podcast.
They record everything these days, okay?
I don't record mine. Mine is a safe space where you can look as dumpy as you want.
Dead.
Wait, what is your dog's name?
This is Nina the Wiener.
Nina.
Do you like wiener dogs?
I love dogs.
You do? Oh, yay.
The older I get, the more I'm like, they're God's gift and they're here to save us.
Do you have a dog?
I do. I have two.
What kinds?
Mutts.
Oh, really? You
one
rescue
was
them?
found on the street, and
you're a
then
good
one
person.
I got from this place called Dogs Without Borders, which sounds like they're like going to Mexico and rescuing dogs, but they're not.
Your dog is from Ecuador. You're like, yeah, he came here. He's had a long journey.
That's what it sounds like, but no, I just rescued him from North Hollywood.
I love that. Well, Ecuador, North Hollywood, same thing.
Goodness,
It's the same thing.
Cute.
Yeah, she's really nice.
Hello. Do you want to come over here?
She'll come over. She'll try to make out with you. It's weird. She tries to hook up with everybody. She sees me do it, so she's like, oh, that's how my mom gets friends.
She was like, and I could do that too. I can kiss on everybody. Come here.
Guys, you may know Nicole from, you've been on so many things. You've been in the comedy game for so long. You were on Nailed It.
I'm sorry. I really love that your dog knocked over that bottle and then was scared. She absolutely did it and was like, who? Who did it? I love dogs. They're so dumb.
She'll come hang out with you.
You're so cute.
She will. She is really dumb, but she's good heart, like me.
They all have such good hearts.
We're both
not
like
dumb.
really sweet, but you know.
You can't say you're dumb.
It's cute.
You make too much money to say you're dumb.
Oh, thanks. I don't make that much money.
Well, you
My
work.
husband makes
You're
a lot of
always
money.
working.
I am always working.
And that means you make money and
Thank God.
you're not dumb.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
God, I need a parent like
You're
you.
welcome.
Can you beat my mom? It just gets really
sure.
weird. I'm all,
Sure.
Can you beat my mother?
Well,
my
I
mother
brought the papers.
Oh my God.
I already filed them. And I have cookies in my bag for you. Imagine.
I love cookies. Oh my God, you adopt me. I'm like older than you. You adopt me. Oh my God, I love it. So you know the whole premise of the podcast is
Sure
talking
don't.
about. Oh, you don't? Okay, so worst first. You talk about some of the worst shit that's ever happened to you,
Oh.
but like in a funny way. You know, we don't want to
Yes.
hear about like
Trauma.
My grandma got run over by a fucking train, and then her body splattered onto my outfit, and I kept the outfit just to remind me of those. Like, we don't want to hear that.
Has anyone ever done that?
You know, people have tried to take it to dark places, and then I just cut it off because I mean, I already have like depression, anxiety, so I can't handle the darkness. I'm
Fair.
like, let's keep it light.
Keep it light, keep it
Like
fresh,
worst,
keep it funky.
worst in a funny way. Like, like I'm sure you've been on bad dates because you
Oh.
live in LA.
Yes, of course.
It's LA.
It's awful.
Do you have a boyfriend?
No, I've never had one. And
Okay. You've never had a boyfriend.
No.
Why?
Oh, I don't know.
You just don't
If
want
I
one?
knew, I'd probably have a boyfriend.
How do you? Okay, first of all, guys, listen. I know there's some hot dudes listening to this podcast. If you got your shit together and you're a hot dude, you need to go follow Nicole
Yeah.
on Instagram.
Date me.
Is it just Nicole Byer? On
It's just
Instagram?
Nicole Byer on Instagram
On
and
Instagram.
Twitter.
Got on Twitter, everything. Go follow her. She's a sweet girl. She's funny. She's successful. She's never had a boyfriend. Be the first one, guys. Okay, we're all about breaking boundaries here.
Step it the fuck up.
Step it the fuck up. Okay, so have you gone on some bad dates?
Yeah, I've been on so many bad dates. I went on a date with a man who smelled like a dirty dish rag. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
oh God, like moldy.
Yeah, like like not even moldy. Like you have a sponge in your sink for like a little too long.
Yeah,
and you're like, my hands smell a little weird. And you're like, what is that smell?
Yeah.
You're like, oh, it's from the sponge from washing dishes. That's what he smelled like.
Ew.
Yeah. And
what
like
was
I
that?
hugged him and I was like, that's funky.
Oh.
But then I was like, well, maybe it wasn't him. Maybe there was like a whiff in the air. I don't know. So then during the date, he was just like so boring. And I was like, oh my God. And then we were supposed to go to a second location after dinner. And I was like, I can't go anywhere with this person. I'm already in too deep. He's very, very boring. So then
You're like, I have diarrhea.
Well, no, I was like, I have a script due, and it's due at 8
you did a Hollywood move.
Yeah.
I have a script. I shit myself because no one believes that I have a script. I'm just like, I fucking shit my pants. I gotta go.
I poop myself.
I poop myself.
Yeah. No, I was like, I'll fake a work emergency because I was like, I don't think he knows that scripts aren't like due.
Yeah, he definitely doesn't know that. He smells like a dish towel. What does he do? He works at Arby's. I'm dead.
Probably.
What did he do? How did you meet this man?
I met him on Hinge or Tinder.
Oh.
I think it was Tinder.
Really?
Yeah.
Did he look cute?
He was cute in his pictures, not as cute in person.
Always the case.
It truly happens.
Always the case.
So much. But then sometimes it's the other way where you're like, ugh, what a gross picture. I don't want to go out with you. And then someone's like, just do it. You're single and desperate. And then you go out with them and you're like, oh, you're actually more attractive than I thought you were. And you're like, funny? Then you're like, I guess I'm in love. And then
they don't like you and you're
falls
like,
apart. Yeah. And you're like, oh, cool.
So that's how it works. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Did you ever notice it's always the guys that you like don't like you back, and then the ones that you don't like are obsessed?
The ones I've never cared about one day in my life are like, come on, give me a chance. I'm like, I don't want to.
They're like, we sent flowers to your house. They smell like dirty old towels, but we sent them. We sent the flowers, please. Like, really?
Yeah, I don't know why it's like that. How did you meet your husband?
So I got so lucky because my husband, I'm like, fuck, I got married. But my husband is the one guy who I was like in love with, and he actually loved me back.
Aww.
For like the first time in my life.
Isn't
that
nice.
Crazy?
I mean, it is hard. It's hard to find people who speak your love languages or just like your fucking language in general.
Yes.
Not everyone in LA, but a lot of people in LA have like, you know, their own shit that they're trying to do. So like sometimes you don't know if it's like, do you actually like me? Or
they have like ulterior motives.
And
that's
I'm also,
the worst.
you know, fat. So that's like another level of bullshit that people deal with.
What do you mean?
Do I want to date a fat woman in LA? Do I want to be seen with a fat woman?
Ugh. I feel like people have kind of evolved.
No.
Though, no?
No.
People are
Do you remember that man who loved his curvy wife and that was revolutionary and she wasn't even fat? That's what I mean.
Where was that?
Oh, you didn't see that?
No.
It was on Instagram.
They're like, she's curvy. She's 125.
Well, she was like a size 12, and this man wrote this long thing where he was like, I love my curvy wife. People used to make fun of me because I like a woman with a little bit of meat on her butt. You have got to see this.
I have to see
He
it.
made a music video about loving curvy women,
Stop.
and the lyrics are so funny.
She's like a size 5.
She's truly like
she
a
just
10.
doesn't look bad. Like, she looks
She
regular.
looks
yeah.
fine, and then he's like, I love cellulite. I love lumps and bumps. And it's just like, just the fact. And then like people were like, you're not crying. I'm crying. This is so sweet. And like then people started trolling him.
Yeah,
but I was just like, yeah, if this is like this man has to come out because he likes a woman who's over a size 10,
so sad.
who's not technically like, she's not shaped like a snowman. She's just like a little bigger. I was like, if this is revolutionary, then like I'm maybe out of luck here in LA.
Oh my God. I didn't hear about that.
Oh, you
By the
gotta
way,
see it. It's so funny.
Marilyn Monroe was a size 12.
Sizes are adjusted. She was like a size 6 or
Oh,
an 8.
because they were different, changed over time. Okay.
So like a vintage size 16 pant is like a size 8. So
really?
like yeah.
Oh shit.
So people were
sizes have inflated as well as the economy.
Yeah.
Everything's inflated.
But it's like a nice thing that people try to say. They're like, Marilyn Monroe is size 14. And it's like, well, look at Marilyn Monroe. You can look at her and know that she wasn't.
But you know,
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but you know what's so sad is that like this is our shell. That's like the sad part is that people don't realize like Yeah, this is all fun and stuff, but I've gone out with guys who were really hot, and then they ended up treating me like shit, and they were the ugliest guys because of that. Like, I couldn't, like, deal with someone like that. You know what I mean? Like, and that's the thing is, like, and then I went out with a guy who had a fucking giant beard and was heavy and not attractive. And people were like, what are you doing? But he was like, I was so in love with him. You know what I mean? Like, it's
interesting.
You just have to, like, the thing is, people are just too judgmental about everything.
Yeah.
Honestly. Like, that's the sad part.
And it's kind of, so I used to be a nanny. So this kid I had was like so amazing and so fun and so well behaved until he went to school. And then he would like go to like this daycare preschool or like pre-K thing and come home and like push me, and I'd be like, why are you doing that? And he's like, Lincoln does it. And I was like, Lincoln is a shithead. You don't have to act like Lincoln. You don't have to do what Lincoln does. And then I was like, oh, so that's where it fucking starts. You know how like kids will be like, I'm going to wear cowboy boots, a fucking cape, and a fedora. And you're like, whatever rocks your boat, my friend. And then they go to school and they get made fun of. And then they start acclimating to how their other little friends dress.
Yeah, and then they're like, fuck, I'm wearing Pendleton for the rest of my life. Like, this was a nightmare.
It's such a fucking bummer.
It's a big bummer. People try to put you in
their little boxes.
They try to do that. And it's like really fucked up. It's not cool. And, you know, I think that's just a thing of maturity. I think as you mature and get older, you realize, like, people give me shit. They're like, oh, your husband's old or whatever. My husband's 56. And
how old are you, man?
I'm 32.
Okay.
And you know what? I don't fucking give a shit because love is love. I don't care. I wouldn't care if my husband was fucking 78. Like,
really?
I don't give a girl. I went out with a like 69-year-old guy.
Wow.
By the way, when I was single, he was amazing. He was like a hairdresser who owned like 30 salons in LA.
Okay.
He was fucking Rico Suave, like
was
very
it Chaz?
cool.
Was it Chaz?
No, it wasn't Chaz. He's dead. I'm like, I went out with Chaz Dean, and it was the best blowouts of my life. Like, who doesn't want good blowouts the rest of their life? Wasn't him.
Oh, dang.
But he was amazing. And it's like, you know, people think hairdressers like, oh, whatever, effeminate, whatever. But he was like very cool. And he reminded me of a Rolling Stone. And I was like, this is awesome. Very my vibe. So like me, I'm like, you know, I'm about the love. You know, you find someone that you mesh with and that's it. And hopefully they mesh with you back.
Isn't it so wild that you're like, oh, he's a hairdresser, and people are like, that's effeminate. And it's like,
I know.
Okay, so what if it is?
Yeah.
Men can be soft.
Yeah.
Men can be effeminate and still like
Be
women.
men. Yeah.
And still be a man.
Yeah.
It doesn't take away from his masculinity because he does something that might skew more female.
I know. People are so
exhausting.
It's exhausting.
So exhausting
It is
being
exhausting,
like, anyone can fucking do anything they want.
Yeah, exactly. I know. It's so funny because when I was going out with him, my girlfriends kept saying, is he gay? I was like, why? Because he fucking does hair? No, he's not gay. He fucking is awesome. And like, it was crazy anyway. But he had baby drama mama, so that's why that didn't end up working out. But, you know, like, it doesn't, like, I just am, like, I'm the happiest I've been in a relationship in my entire life.
That's wonderful.
Which is like, I'm so happy. And
where did you get married?
We got married at our house.
Oh.
We were going to get married in Mexico, but then here's another thing is like, I'm just like, it was like literally the cost kept going up. It was like 3 days and it was like over $100,000.
My God.
And I was like, who am I doing this for?
I mean, when you throw a wedding, it truly is not for you because the bride gets so stressed out that I'm like,
no,
that can't possibly be like good,
fun,
good and like happy.
No,
it's for your guests who like also don't want to be spending the money
to travel to see you. So it's kind of like, and then they're like, oh, I got to get a dress for Brittany's wedding. That's going to cost me $133. And then, you know, you got to buy everybody dinner. And some people are vegan and some people are gluten free. And like, you got to like specify everything. And it's stressful.
It's very stressful.
And so I just got to the point where, you know, we looked at each other. It was his fourth wedding. And he was like, you know what? Do you really want? I was like, no, I don't. I don't want it. I don't at all. Like, I'd rather us take that money and fucking redo the kitchen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Take the money and do something cool.
Better. Travel. Do something fun.
Like, super young couples, I'm like, take the money and, like, put a down payment on a house.
Like, why do
Or, like, go to Europe or something.
Why do you, like, even the people that don't have money, they go into debt.
Yes, to have a wedding.
To have a fucking wedding.
It's because you're told that these are the things that are expected of you, and then your family gets mad if you don't fucking do it. And then it's like, why? Why did we set up these insane things for us all to do?
Yeah, guys, honestly, just have something cute with you and your husband, because that's all it's about. maybe invite some close friends and family members and call it a day. Don't waste it having a fucking, 300-person wedding. It's stressful.
Unless you have the money and you have a wedding planner and you don't do a thing.
And you have Xanax.
Yes, that's
you
the
have a
only way.
Xanax.
Just a lot of Xanax and Zoloft, Ambien for the nighttime.
Right.
Then, some uppers for the ceremony. A little toot to coke during the vows. No,
you've got a good pharmaceutical connection.
Yeah,
and
then go
money.
ahead and do a wedding.
I'm so dead. I love it. So you're single. You've never had a boyfriend. You want one, no? Or you're just kind of living your life, doing your thing?
I go in and out of wanting one and then just like living my life. Truly, if you listen, I have a podcast called Why Won't You Date Me where I interview people and ask them why they won't date me.
Guys, go to Nicole's, go to iTunes right now and subscribe to Why Won't You Date Me, Nicole's podcast. That sounds awesome. I need to listen to that.
Yes, you have to come on.
So
It'll
you
be
have
fun.
people on it and ask them why they won't date you? Did it hurt ever?
One person hurt my feelings, but then he later was like, I don't think we should air it. And I was like, okay.
Oh, ew. Do we want to call him out? Do we want to shame him right now? We totally can.
It's fine.
Okay.
He just said he didn't think I respected myself. And I was like, oh, okay. That's And it was after he was like, and I was like, say whatever you want. You cannot hurt my feelings. And then he was like, challenge accepted.
And then you're like, no!
And I was like, okay.
You have to shoot me in my fucking heart at fucking close range. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Girl. Fuck, I wasn't expecting that.
He said it and I was like, no, okay.
That's the wow.
Yeah.
Your head just fell off.
Kind of.
Oh.
And then he was like, oh, so I did hurt your feelings. And I'm like, no, you didn't.
No, my head just falls off sometimes, okay, jerk?
Yeah, that's like the one time where I was like, ooh,
really hurt.
that hurt, that stung.
Yeah.
But everything else is like, no one's telling me anything I don't know.
Okay.
I feel like comedians have walls up.
Always. We're all fucking damaged and affected and fucked up.
I won't say all, but most of us.
I haven't met one that isn't. Let's put it that way.
And there is something inherently insane about being like, I haven't spoke to anybody today, but I will get up on a stage with people in the dark and I'm going to tell them all of my thoughts and they're going to go, ha, 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 ha. They're going to make noise at me. And then I'm going to go home and feel good about that noise. Or it's going to go bad. They're not going to make the noise at me. Then I'm going to drink until I don't feel pain anymore. And then I'll wake up and not feel good and do the whole thing all over again. Like, you have to be a little fucking
It fucks you up.
Batty to do comedy.
When you eat shit and then you have to, you think you're going to eat shit forever. And you're like, oh, I just ate shit. It's over for me. Career's over. Might as well throw in the towel. And then you go in and do it again. Then you do well. And then you're on a high. And then you're on a high. And then you eat shit. And then it's like, it's really traumatic.
Yeah, it's a lot of ups and downs. And some comics don't have those downs. They just like really just ride a wave to the top.
Because they just do the same set that they've been doing for 15 years that they know works. And they'll fucking throw a couple jokes in there that are new. Isn't that so funny?
It is interesting. That's like a road dog thing. Like,
Yeah,
people who are on the road will do, like, before YouTube and shit. So if you talk to like old road dogs who are like in their 60s and been touring for like 40 years, they've been telling the same jokes for like 30 years.
Ever. And no one knows because it's not aired.
It's not aired anywhere.
Yeah.
It's not on YouTube. And you're just like astounded by how they'll be like, this used to kill. And you're like, yeah, literally 40 years ago.
In 1956, I'm
gotta
sure.
write something else.
It's kind of crazy.
It's wild.
It's kind of crazy. I mean, I remember, and I had no idea. I remember the first time I saw stand-up when I was like probably 16, and I went to the Comedy Store, and I loved it. And then I went again the next night, and it was the same comics, and it was the same jokes. And I was like, what?
You're like,
I thought that
a little hoodwinked. You're like,
I was like,
what?
wait, I thought they went up on stage and everything was improv. I thought the whole thing wasn't planned.
That's the magic of stand-up.
Or scripted. I thought, oh, they just get up there and they make us laugh. And so I went again the next night because I was like, oh, I want to see it again. I want to feel that joy again. And then it was almost the same lineup, and they told the exact same jokes. And I was like, wait, I've heard these already. Oh, I want my money back. Oh, what the fuck? I didn't plan for this.
Yeah, and it's so funny because, like, you have to do that. Like, you have to tell the same jokes for a while till you figure it out.
Yeah.
But, like, I can't tell. I mean, there's some jokes I've been telling for years.
Right.
But I also try to, like, push myself. So, like, I was just in Montreal, and I did 4-hour-long shows. So the second show, I was like, okay, so, like, I have
Wow, you did a full hour?
Yeah.
Good for you. When's your Netflix special coming out?
I don't know.
Soon. Don't worry. Hey, Netflix, get your shit together.
Well, I do have a special on Netflix.
Oh,
it's a half hour.
Okay.
It's and Comedians of the World. Make sure you're in the U.S. side, and it's the 3rd episode.
There you go, guys.
It's a little hard to find, but
okay, great.
If you search, you'll find it. So hopefully, I mean, it would be really lovely. That came out in 2019 to have like an hour come out in 2021. So I've been like trying to build that, and it's hard. It's so hard.
Yeah.
But after you do it like twice, then you're like, let me throw some other stuff in.
How did Montreal go?
It was fun.
It was good.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot.
So have you been?
No, I've been invited, but I didn't go.
Oh.
I have too much anxiety.
Oh.
Yeah, it's bad.
Then you would really hate it. It's
I would hate
really overwhelming.
I like being in my little podcast room, like, no one can hurt me here.
Well, it's anyone you've ever met in the industry on the same plane as you.
Oh, great.
You fly in, you land, and then you take this bus with a bunch of comics that you know, or like executives. Then you get to the hotel, and then your week starts where you have to do like press, podcasts, panels in the morning and afternoon, and then you do your shows at night, and then there's parties at night, and then you stay up till like 3 a.m, and then you have to like get up hungover and be like, come to my show.
You guys want to see me? You throw up in your mouth. You just throw up on stage.
There was one show where I got on stage and I was like, we got to take this slow. I'm still hungover from yesterday.
Oh my God. Did you ever throw up on stage or anything?
No.
Did you ever have a really bad experience on stage? Okay, calm down.
Oh, you're just shaking out.
Yeah.
Come here. People are going to love this, me going into the microphone.
Very ASMR.
I always forget to not do shit like that.
It's okay,
let's
we
see.
don't care.
Bad experiences on stage. I was at the Stand in New York, which is no more. Or maybe they moved to Union Square. I don't remember. But I was on stage and I said something about being single. And this man stood up in the front and started walking towards me. And I was like, what are you doing? Can you sit down? And then he's like, well, I want to hug you. And I was like, I don't want you to hug me. And then he fully got on stage and hugged me. And
during your show?
During my show, during my set. And security did nothing. And there's security at shows. And I'm convinced if someone wants to murder me, they
could
fully
do
could
it.
do
Because
it.
what's a security at a comic club look like? It's like,
I mean, usually it's like a big dude.
Is it a big dude?
They're slow,
I
though.
feel like the ones at the Comedy Store are like the guy like
Well,
Billy
those
who just
are
started working there.
comics.
He's 17. He's all, I'll bounce him. I'll bounce him out the door. His muscles are like smaller than mine. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they could do it.
So what happened? They let this guy get up on stage and he hugged
And then
him?
everyone was like, that was wild, wasn't it? And I was like, yeah, it was. It was really, I really hated it.
Nice boundaries, buddy.
Yeah, men don't understand boundaries.
Yeah.
Sometimes women don't either. People don't. And then there was a time I used to do political stuff, like right after Trump was elected. It was just like, well, you kind of have to talk about it. Everyone's thinking about it.
Right.
But I learned that that's really divisive.
Oh, yeah.
And you can't just go, who voted for him? Statistically, someone in this room did. And like statistically, someone did, and they love him. And that's their own choice.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not my favorite person. He's not my cup of tea. I think he's very bad. That's my hot take. But if you like him and you voted for him, you're well within your right to have that opinion. Who am I to get on a stage and preach at you? So.
And then someone got up and got mad or something?
Well, I was telling jokes. It's truly just about how he's ugly. Like, not about his politics, just about he's like literally the ugliest person I've ever seen in my life. One of my favorite jokes that I used to tell was his second chin looks like a healthy vagina.
Oh my God.
So those are the types of jokes I would tell about him. And after one joke, this table of like 5 white people in Ohio stood up and
with pitchforks.
More or less with their like dinner fucking forks, because it was a comedy club, and started chanting Trump at me. And they're like, you're not a real fucking comedian. Get the fuck off the stage, you fucking bitch. And I was like, okay. Yeah, I was like, let me. And then in the moment, I was like, I fucking love that words made you so upset. I feel powerful.
Yeah.
And then like kept doing the show, and then got off the stage, and then I was with my friend Mateo, who had been called, he's gay, they called him an F word several times while we were there.
Where was this?
This was in Ohio. Like, people don't understand. Like, when people say we live in a liberal bubble.
Guys, Nina's hair just went fucking everywhere.
She's got hair like my dog.
She's like a little golden retriever.
So much hair.
Sorry.
People don't understand that, like, go 10 miles out of LA and you'll hit Trump country. Go 10 miles out of any town and you hit a lot of people who feel emboldened with their racism right now.
Yeah.
And we were like walking back to the car, and me and Mateo were like, fuck, we have to like be careful here.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
you were screamed at. I've been called slurs. Like we can't really. So like I don't really go out in anywhere. Like when I
Right.
tour, I do not go out.
Right.
I'm not
It's
trying
scary.
to die in a tiny town.
Right.
No, I'll die in LA. Okay?
She died in Dildo, Missouri. Like you're all like, what? Is that town called Dildo? Like at least it's cool that it's called Dildo.
I would die in Dildo, Missouri. I absolutely would.
There is a place called Dildo. I heard it on the news
Really?
last night. I was falling asleep. My husband was watching the news, and it was like, I don't know where it is. It's Dildo something. They have dildo. They have like a dildo state fair, and they're like, oh, everybody comes down to Dildo.
See,
We have a dildo fair.
Love that. I'll live in that tiny
Right,
town.
right.
I want to like. Have you ever seen To Wong Fu?
No.
Oh my God. So it's Wesley Snipes, Patrick Swayze, and John Leguizamo in drag. And they take a road trip. They break down this tiny town, and then they make the tiny town like really colorful and fun. And I was like, I'll live in a tiny town after drag queens come through.
Right.
And like make everyone accepting and happy.
And fabulous. And just rainbows and unicorns everywhere. No bad shit. Okay, guys, we're going to take a quick break, and then we will be back with Miss Nicole Byer on Worst Firsts. Hello, ladies. This one is for you. For those of you on birth control. Birth control. Those of you not ready to have a baby yet, or maybe it just helps with your hormones. You know, birth control can be a lot. It's hard sometimes. You have to go to the doctor, make an appointment with the gynecologist, stand in line at the pharmacy. It's like, Jesus, all this just to get a pill a couple times a month or once a month. You know, honestly, I don't like having to go pick up stuff. I'm like, can you mail it to my house, please? That's the easiest thing to do. And so there's this company called Simple Health, and they are basically your one-stop shop for birth control. They make it so easy. You basically go to simplehealth.com/worst, WORST, and you will get a free prescription for birth control for your first month, okay? Free prescription, and then it's $15 a month after that, and delivery free for everyone. You know, a prescription fee is usually $20, but my listeners get to try Simple Health for free with my code, which is so nice of them. And, you know, honestly, the reviews speak for themselves. I looked the company up. It's a great company. It's been rated 5 stars by hundreds of women. There's doctors online that you can talk to. They have, you know, a bunch of different, over 100 trusted brands of the pill, as well as the patch or the ring, whatever you happen to use. And they can help pick the best product for you. There's people there to talk to you. How nice is that? You're not talking to a robot. You get to talk to an actual doctor. I mean, this shouldn't be something that you do in lieu of going to get your actual checkups. But, you know, if you really just you already know you're healthy, you've gotten your checkups, and you don't want to have to make another appointment with the OBGYN to get your birth control, this is a great place to go. So you can head over to simplehealth.com/worst, WORST, and you'll get a free month of birth control, and then $15 a month after that. And they work with most insurance plans. I mean, it doesn't get better than this. Honestly, guys, who wants to leave their house these days? Not me. Ever. I want to stay at home as much as possible. That's just the introvert in me. But, you know, this just seems great. And I'm all about helping women and helping them feel comfortable. And you have someone to talk to there. And it's just really great. So if you're interested in that, just again, head to simplehealth.com/worst, WORST. It's the new revolutionary way to get your birth control. Disclaimer. Simple Health is not to replace your annual gynecological exam. Hey guys, it's Brittany Furlan here. Thanks for listening to the podcast. Here's a little information you might not know about me. I am legally blind without my contacts in. Yep, pretty much since I was a kid. I've had the worst vision ever. I've been wearing glasses and contacts my entire life. It's been really hard, you know, especially when I was younger and they had like basically the only options you had were bottle cap glasses, and then everyone made fun of me. It was really rad. But there's this company that I love for glasses. So for people that are still really into wearing glasses, which I do, I wear glasses a lot because, you know, contacts are tiring on the eyes. Is Warby Parker, which I'm sure you've heard of. They're a huge company. They're basically this company that creates boutique-style eyewear at a really good price point. I mean, you can get prescription lenses with the frames starting at $95 on their website, which is unheard of. I mean, the last time I went and got glasses, I spent like $500. It was crazy. So, I mean, and that includes the anti-glare, anti-scratch coatings. They also have blue light filtering lenses. So people that are, trying to take down the blue light, apparently the blue light affects like, when you're trying to go to bed at night and you want to rest, the blue light kind of keeps you awake. So they have that. They have an app, Warby Parker's app, where you can use their brand new virtual try-on stuff. You upload a picture of yourself, try it on, see the color, the texture, the style. It's all on your iPhone X, whatever. You can also head over to warbyparker.com/worst. That's WARBYPARKER.com/worst. And you can take this really cool quiz that I took, and it's so fun. You take this quiz, and then they give you a bunch of selections of glasses to choose from, and then you get a free at-home try-on kit. They send you the glasses, and you can try them on your real face in the real mirror and look at it and go, I like it or I don't like it. Whatever you decide to keep, you pay for. Whatever you don't want, you send back. You're charged nothing. It's really awesome. So if you're interested in that, you can head over to warbyparker.com/worst to order the free at-home try-on kit. You take the little quiz. It's a lot of fun. Personally, I love quizzes. And yeah, I mean, it's great. I love it. I wear glasses. I like having different options of glasses. I like their styles. They come in all different colors. Like there's retro ones and modern ones and, vintage ones. There's just kind of everything. So if you're into that sort of thing, Warby Parker is your place to go. Hope you have a good time seeing. Okay, everybody, we are back with Nicole Byer. Hopefully during that break, you guys went onto iTunes and subscribed to her podcast, Why Won't You Date Me?
Why Won't You Date Me?
Why Won't You
and
Date
then I
Me?
have Best Friends, which is my podcast about friendship.
God, how many you're like, and then I have another podcast
4.
about feelings.
I have 4.
Do you have 4?
Yeah. So
you
there's
have 4 podcasts?
Why Won't You Date Me, which is like my main podcast where I'm alone. And then I have Best Friends with Sashu Zameda, where we sometimes interview.
Is that your best friend?
She's my best friend.
Oh, that's so cool. I only know her through my friends. Do you know Sidney Castillo? He's always like talking about her.
Yes, I know that name.
He's a stand-up. Mm-hmm. He's like not huge, but he's great.
No, I know that name.
Yeah. So
yeah,
awesome,
she's my dear friend.
Uh-huh.
And we just talk about friendship, and then sometimes have like a set of best friends on. And then we separate them and quiz them on each other.
Dead. They get it all wrong. They're like, fuck you.
Oh,
you break up friendships on the podcast.
Friendship.
You guys aren't real best friends, by the way. Get off my podcast. I love it. Yeah.
Then I have a 90 Day Fiancé recap podcast because it is the funniest show on television.
Insane.
Do you watch it?
I watched one and I was like, it gave me like, I couldn't handle it.
You gotta get back in.
It's intense.
There's a woman who lives in like Alabama, and then she's marrying this man from Nigeria. She's vaguely racist, and she's like looking for a wedding venue, and like literally goes to a place called like Cotton Dreams. And I was like, you can't bring this man over from Africa and make him get married at a place called Cotton Dreams.
Are you fucking
It's so
serious?
funny. I feel like the producers, every time something happens, they just high five and they're like, we didn't have to do a fucking thing.
These people did it themselves.
They did it. They're all fucking wild. I love it.
And it's all for like green cards and shit, right?
Yeah,
like,
so it's like getting a
mail-order
K-90 visa so they can stay in the country. Honestly, it's like anti-immigration propaganda.
Wow.
Because a lot, like, and then you get to watch these women or like these men like hang the green card over their head. They're like, I'll deport you. And you're like, oh my God.
Yikes.
It is wild. And I've never loved a show more.
He's like, Yolanda, you didn't suck my dick like you said you would. I'm
so
fucking
I'm
you're out
sending
of
you
here.
back
Right?
to Portugal.
That's fucked
It's
up.
wild. But that's on Patreon. It's $5 a month. It's me and my friend just like chit-chatting about 90 Day Fiancé.
Girl, you got it going on. I'm like, I have one podcast. I can barely keep my life together.
Well,
like, I literally have nothing else
If
happening.
I'm not working, I don't know
What to do with yourself.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm very bad at not working.
What part of town do you live in?
I live in the east side of LA.
Oh, okay. East
I
LA.
don't like to tell people where I live.
You don't like to tell people where you live? Okay, good. That's
Do you
okay.
tell people
I
where
live
you
in
live?
Calabasas. It's very vague.
Yes.
Like, I just say the general area. Yeah.
Yes.
No, I don't give my address or anything.
Well, I don't even like saying the area because I don't know.
Do you have stalkers? I'm dead.
Well, people like to yell at me on the street. So if I tell them where I'm at a lot, more people might yell at me.
They yell at you on the street?
So the show I host on Netflix is called Nailed It.
I know, yes.
And people will scream "Nailed it" at me.
Nailed it! You're
And it's a little jarring.
That is jarring.
And then when we film it, I hear it so much with the contestants. And then when people yell at it, it's like it's
You're like, I get it. I fucking nailed it. I get it.
I never understood the word triggered until I got that job.
Yeah, no.
But truly, when like people just say it, because it's part of the lexicon.
Right.
So like people say it, and I'm like,
You're all just trying to go for a walk.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your dog's trying to shit. They're all nailed it. Your dog's the shit goes back in its ass.
And I'm like, I just
damn it.
need him to shit.
I just want my dog to take a shit. God damn it. Okay, really quick, sidetrack.
Yes.
Do you remember when I auditioned for your Facebook show?
Yes.
Was I good?
Yes.
Was I?
Yes.
Are you being honest?
Yes.
Don't lie to me on my podcast.
No.
Tell my
you
followers
were.
I suck. Was I good?
The person who got it was a woman of color.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So don't be offended that I didn't get it.
Yeah.
Okay, because I wanted real feedback, because I know you would give it to me, because you're a very real person.
Yeah, I thought you were very good. You did
Okay.
have a little bit of manic energy when you first came in.
That's me. I'm manic. I have manicness.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are
I'm
you
on my
bipolar?
medication. Not bipolar. I have a panic disorder. So I'm like a very high anxiety person. I'm like a hummingbird.
Okay. Yes.
You know?
I have.
You're like, I get it.
Well, I have ADD.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
which,
yeah, yeah.
So like ADD, anxiety,
Yes,
depression,
all
like bipolar are
sisters,
all,
yeah,
they're
yeah,
family.
yeah.
They really love to like,
Yeah.
dip their hands into different
Yes.
things in your brain. So I'm manic sometimes, and then I get into like little states of depression, but then bipolar medication doesn't help me.
Right.
But ADD medicine helps me.
Helps you?
And that's been like a fucking journey.
Saving well, girl, tell me about it.
My God.
I'm like this 24/7. People think like, oh, like she's just on. No, that's me all the time. My husband's exhausted. He's like, bitch is the fucking. And then it's weird because I'll go to sleep at night and I'll be.
I did
I pass out.
I did this like thing. It was an interview and there was kids there because it was for Nailed It.
Yeah.
Because kids love it. It's fucking weird.
Yeah.
And this little girl goes, I have a question. And they're like, all right, what's your question? She was like, how do you have so much energy? And I was like,
I know.
well, that's just who I am and it's exhausting.
Yes.
I don't. Like, I'm pretty subdued today because I'm on my period.
Good for you. I love getting my period. Get
Do
all the
you?
bad shit out. Yeah.
I really hate it.
I mean, I hate it in terms of pain, but I love it in terms of like release. Because I get mellow like you actually when I'm on my period, but mellow for me is like just like a low buzzing sound as opposed to a high buzzing constantly. Yeah.
Yeah, it really like drains me. It
Yeah,
takes
it sucks.
right
well,
out
thanks
of me.
for coming here today
No,
on that,
it's
because trust
truly
me,
fine.
I get it.
I very rarely will I cancel something for it. Because
Do you have endometriosis or anything like that?
I
I
don't
do.
think
It
so.
sucks.
But
Yeah.
I just, for the first like 4 days, it's like rough.
Oh, yeah.
It is
It's bad.
rough.
Yeah.
And then people don't like, so, okay, I got my period at like a premiere. I went to the premiere of The Kitchen on Monday.
Oh, my God.
And I was like, am I having cramps because I masturbated too hard last night? Or is it my period? I should go check.
Dead.
So I went to the bathroom. I was like, it's my period. And then I was like, does this establishment just have like emergency pads or tampons? They were like, no.
What?
No place has it. Like very like you know how you see it in a bathroom and you're like,
Yeah,
oh,
the
that's
machine.
nice.
Yeah.
There wasn't a machine. There wasn't anything. This is the fucking Hollywood fucking Chinese theater. Like on the heart of Hollywood. I was like, you don't have anything?
They're like, real actresses don't get their period.
I mean,
they're hooked
kind
up on
of.
so many drugs and B12 shots. Yeah.
But I just had to
Insane.
like stand in the front of the bathroom.
Stop.
Kind of like how those people on Hollywood Boulevard are like, picture with Spider-Man. I'm like, tampon to plug me up. And I was like, when does it end?
You're like, I will pay you for a pad. I will pay you
Truly.
money.
I was
Yeah.
like, I'll give you like $10 if someone just gives me a fucking tampon so I don't bleed all over
Did
myself.
someone have?
Yes, luckily. And then
fuck.
this other woman was like, women be saving each other. I was like, the world should fucking have our back.
I
Like
know.
a restroom has toilet paper because you have to fucking wipe your ass.
Right.
Sometimes a woman bleeds, so why isn't it just there?
I didn't know they didn't have those in every restroom.
No.
I guess I kind of gotten oblivious to it.
Yeah, and then most women always just have something, but I
Always,
changed
but
purses.
Yeah. Fuck. And your clutch, you're like the pad would fill up the clutch.
Yeah,
like,
and you're
I
like-
wouldn't fit anything in there.
So I don't have any identification, but I do have a tampon.
Yeah, you hand out the pads to your ID. You're like, here, is this okay?
Here is a panty liner, okay? I mean, ugh.
That's stressful.
It's very stressful.
It's stressful being a girl.
It is, and I
Guys
once
don't get
bled
it.
all over a seat of a Tender Greens,
Oh,
and I didn't tell a
no.
soul because I was so embarrassed. Now I would tell. I would just be like, I bled. I'm really
Yeah.
sorry. It's nature. But
It
like,
happens.
I got up and I was like, oh my God. I was like, we have to go to my roommate. And then we got to the car, and I just randomly had garbage bags in my trunk from when we moved.
Wow.
And I was like, don't laugh. I have to sit on this garbage bag so I don't get period all over my seat.
Oh.
And then he laughed the whole way home.
He was like, oh, ha, ha, ha. You're like, I'm glad you think it's funny.
I was like, it's such a blessing that your dick doesn't bleed once a month.
Yeah,
you know?
guys would lose their shit.
Oh, they would lose their minds. Like, my friend read an article that said that getting your period cramps are the same pain as getting a heart attack.
Oh, yeah.
So we're all just walking around having pussy heart attacks.
Oh, for sure. I feel that.
Isn't that
I'm
wild?
literally like, I'm having like a surgery next month because I have fucking endometriosis and polycystic ovaries.
Oh, no.
So my shit's all fucked up.
Can I ask what kind of surgery you're having?
It's called a laparoscopy or laparoscopy. I don't know how to fucking
lobotomy?
say it. Anyway, yeah, it's a lobotomy. It's genuinely what I need, actually. I talked about that on my last podcast. I'm like, I could probably use a lobotomy. But yeah, so they basically fill your abdomen up with air. So then like your stomach's full of air, and then they can go in and they cut away some of the endometrial tissue. That's because like my endometriosis has like grown over, because it's when endometriosis is when you know what it is.
Yes.
It's when it sorry for everyone, for all the dudes listening that cares so
We're
much
like,
about this.
What?
We're gonna fill you in. So it's basically when the uterine lining grows outside of the uterus, and it sort of like encompasses all the other organs, and it's kind of done that on mine. It's like grown over my bladder and all kinds of weird shit. And then on top of that, I developed this thing called Polycystic Ovarian syndrome, where my ovaries are full of ovarian cysts.
Oh, God.
And so I will get my period like once every 2 or 3 months. And then when I do, it's gnarly painful. But in the meantime of not getting it, this PCOS causes all kinds of problems. Like I grow hair out of my chin. I was having really bad skin, and I had to go get that. So basically all these symptoms and then I had to get everything treated. Thank God, finally got everything treated, but I couldn't figure out for the longest time. I was like growing a full mustache. I was like, this is weird.
This is
like,
strange.
Yeah, I was like, I mean, I know I'm Italian, but like, whoa, Jesus Christ. So I had to get everything treated, and I kept treating the stuff, like the skin. I went and had like a whole fucking regimen done, and I had my mustache, lasered, and I kept treating all the symptoms of what it was. And then finally they were like, dude, you have this PCOS. So now, I'm supposed to take stuff for it and get the surgery and hopefully figure it out.
How did you figure that out?
They do an ultrasound. So you go to your OBGYN, and it's very, very hard to diagnose.
Yeah, that's what I'm at. Like, so when you went, how did you know to go to, you went to a gynecologist? Yes?
I went to a gynecologist.
So how did you know to say to the gynecologist, were you like, my periods are really bad?
Right.
And then
I would only get.
Did you tell her that you were growing chin hair and whatnot?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I started Googling symptoms. Also, I was like, bloating in my waist, like really around my stomach. I was full on, like, looked like I was like a couple months pregnant. My stomach was just sticking out really far, and I was like, that's really weird. Like, my husband even was like, are you pregnant? Like, he like thought I was pregnant because I had like a little pooch, and it wouldn't go away, even like in between periods. And then I started all the facial hair and the skin. My skin got so gnarly that it was really bad. And so I kept going to my dermatologist and going to the laser places and everything. They're like, dude, something's causing this randomly. And so I went to my OBGYN finally, and then she did the ultrasound. And basically what happens when you have PCOS is you don't get your period all the time. You get it maybe once every couple months. And you'll have cysts all the time. And I had several cyst ruptures. I've gone to like the emergency room because like they're so painful. I don't know if you've had one. Like,
no.
Rupture. They're horrible. It's like literally they say worse than like giving birth to
Damn.
a child. Yeah, it's like exploding. And so then what they do is they do an ultrasound, and when they're looking at your ovary, when you have PCOS, they call it a chain of pearls. And so what happens is all your eggs will be like just along the bottom of the ovary because they're pushed down by the cyst. So that's how they can tell it's PCOS. Yeah, and then they see the endometrial tissue on the outside will look like spider webs. So she saw that and she was like, "Oh, girl, like we gotta open you up."
This is wonderful that you're talking about this because I'm sure there's like a woman out there who's like having symptoms like you and doesn't fucking know what's going on.
Yeah,
because like you were treating the symptoms.
Yeah, I was
you
treating
were like,
just the symptoms.
These are things I don't want, and your body was like, I'm doing it because something's wrong.
Yeah,
I feel like we all do that.
Yes,
we all just treat symptoms.
Symptoms. That's it. And same with my anxiety and stuff. Like I kept trying to figure out like what's the root of it.
Yeah,
I like therapy and all this other stuff. Like why am I this like?
I just thought I was like, I guess I'm stupid. I don't think the way other people think because I'm dumb.
Yeah.
And then it was like, oh, well, you're just, the way you think is different.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And then like medication helps, and like black people are not keen on therapy or medication.
No, well, that's like everybody. My husband won't go to therapy.
Really?
Hell no. He's like, I don't need to pay someone to talk to. If I want to talk to someone, I'll talk to you. And I'm like, oh, thanks, I can handle it. Yeah.
That's the whole fucking point. If you want to stay married, talk to somebody else about me.
It's hard. It's hard.
It is.
Hard.
It's hard to be an okay person, and it takes a lot of fucking work.
Hey, I have therapy today at 5 p.m.
Oh,
and I'm very happy about
that's
it.
That's nice. I have therapy tomorrow.
I've been doing a lot of self-work lately because I'm trying to get to the bottom of it. But sometimes there is no bottom. Sometimes it's like you're just who you are.
Yeah, that's what my the reason why I signed with her. No, the reason why I go to her is because
so agency. So I signed with this therapist.
So she was like, "There's something wrong with you. We're just gonna work on you accepting who you are." And I was like, accepting who I am? I've spent my whole life trying to change who I am.
Right.
So then I started seeing her and was like, well, this is who. And then I had a whole moment with my body where I was like, yeah, you're fat, and if you want to change it, you fully can. That's well within your means. And I used to wear cardigans in the summer, and I was like, why am I doing that? People know a fat arm, whether it's in a cardigan or not. Yeah. And then I stopped swimming because I gained weight, and then I was like, why did I do that's stupid as fuck.
No one cares.
So now people care, and people will say shit, but
they do?
I don't care anymore. I've gotten to a point where I'm like, if you want to say something to me, that means I'm very powerful. You stopped your day to say something, and I've never thought about you one time. What a treat for you.
I cannot fucking believe that people will stop and say something.
Oh,
that's unbelievable.
Oh, people are rude. People love to I started posting bikini pictures on my Instagram, and I hashtag them very fat, very brave, because the first one I posted, someone was like, oh, you're so brave. And I was like, brave? How wild.
Because I'm a woman in a bikini.
Yeah, a fat woman in a bikini. God. And then I use the hashtag because I'm like, you can call me fat. It doesn't hurt my feelings. I know. But I just want other women to be like, it's okay.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
I feel like we spend so much time being like, I'm not okay.
Like you're not a person.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
We live
in
a wild society.
We really do, because when I'm out, I don't even think about that. And I just think that's just maybe who I am as a person. But I thought everyone was like that, where you would just be like, oh, who cares? No one gives a shit.
No, people care all the time. Let's see. If you ever okay, so being a fat person on a plane, when you're sitting in the economy, when you sit down next to people will audibly sigh. They're like, ugh. And you're like, I get it. I'm so now if I hear someone sigh, I go, I get it. I'm very fat and you might touch me and I'm really sorry about that. So I'm just so sorry you're going to have to deal with it. And then they go, oh, no, that's not. And I was like, no, I heard the sigh and I'm just so big.
Oh, wow.
It's my favorite thing to do because it makes people feel bad.
Worst. People are the worst.
People are mean.
Can we be honest?
Yeah, they're very bad.
Most people are not nice.
No, they're not.
90%.
But I'm trying so hard to be nice and spread positivity.
Yeah, same. Same.
Me and my friend were shit talking last night, and he said something, and I was like, you know what? I cannot respond anymore. And he was like, come on. I was like, no. We've done enough negative talk.
Yeah.
Just this woman with braids down her, to her butt. She's like, we can't talk badly anymore. I feel very hippy dippy with these braids.
I love the braids.
Thank you.
I'm fucking loving them.
Thank you.
Girl, you're killing it. Who fucking cares what anyone thinks?
10 hours.
I was wondering that.
Yeah, they took a long time.
10 fucking hours? How do you even do that? Did you take a nap halfway through?
No, I watched all 4 Insidiouses. Big fan of the Insidious franchise.
The girl that does it, what is she like?
Well, we watched movies and talked a lot, and she was braiding at hour 5 or maybe 7. I was squeezing her hands because your hands kind of go numb when you braid for that long. And I've done it myself. They just don't look this good. And I was like, you know what?
They look bomb.
Just pay someone to
How
do
much
your
do
fucking
they last?
hair. I'm gonna make these last 2 months.
Okay, good. And then what about can't they have more than one person working on you, or is that not cool?
No, you can, but then you have to split the money.
And they don't want to do that. They're I want all the money. How much does something like that cost if you don't mind me
I don't
asking?
mind. It costs anywhere from $350 to $1,000.
Wow.
I did not pay $1,000.
I was gonna say, but listen, 10 hours of work, $100 an hour to be doing that does kind of make sense. I mean, it's a lot.
It is a lot.
Then I see girls on Instagram who change their shit every fucking
Well, some of
week.
those are wigs.
Oh, okay.
So this isn't a wig. This is my hair
that's your
braided.
hair. Yeah.
But you can get a wig that looks pretty similar to this.
Really?
I have one that looks
Why
pretty
wouldn't
good.
you just do that? I wear wigs all the time too, by the way.
Because the braided wigs are heavy.
They are.
So and
They come
then
off.
sometimes they come off, and you just have to like really like get them stuck down. And I don't have it in me. And also it's hot. So like,
it's too hot. I usually wear wigs in the summer. Now I'm not wearing wigs.
it's too hot.
It's too hot.
And then you sweat. You sweat the glue that you put down off.
Oh, I'm not even good. I can't even do the glue. I just get the like wig cap that has the like grip, and then I just I'm ghetto. I'm like I fucking
there's
grip it
this
and rip it.
gel called Got to Be.
Really?
Yeah, and you just like put it over like on your skin, and then you like put like a hair dryer over it, and then it sticks. It sticks for like 8 hours. It's pretty good.
I should probably get that instead, because even with the grip, it does slide a little bit, and everyone's like, "Oh, I see."
During a show, I felt my wig sliding back, and I like touched it. I was like, "Oop, that's my hair." And I was like, "Excuse me."
Dead.
Then I was like, "Oh my god, my hair almost came off, and I don't need you to see the interior of the convertible. It's dirty. It's very filthy. Yuck, yuck, yuck." My hair was so dirty that day.
I love it. But how great are wigs? Can we
They're
talk
great.
about it?
I love changing my hair.
I love changing my hair, and I love not doing my hair.
Same.
The fact that you can just, girls, I fucking love it. Like, people like fucking say shit to me because I'm like, I always wear different colored wigs, been lately, and aside from the heat, can't handle it. But when I do, I'm like, fuck, it's so cool. You're like a different person. You
can look in the mirror and just be like, ooh, look at you today.
And then when you have like depression, anxiety, and you don't feel like doing your hair.
Yeah, and you're like, great, just put on my hair hat. I pole dance. Thank you. I love it. But I did this like interview where we did it in a pole studio, and this woman was like teaching me a routine, and then she was like, all right, hold the pole and then like do a back bend. And I was like, okay. And I did it, and then I did not secure my wig, and it fell right off. And I was like, well, that's if you wear a wig, yep, you gotta lock it in.
And the pole dancing studio? Oh my god.
I was like, you can use it because it was filmed. I was like, I don't care.
That's the best though. That's funny.
Have you ever pole danced?
No, I'd suck at it. I bruise very easily, so
I
I'd be like,
bruise-
oh, I'm bruised like
I'm
a peach.
okay right now.
I'm usually covered in bruises.
I
So,
used to have a bunch on my forearms.
but I'm jealous of those girls that can do all those tricks.
You can do it too.
Really?
Yeah.
They're so athletic looking. I'm like, ooh.
It's hard.
It looks hard.
I can do very little,
Yeah,
but I really like it.
dude, fucking do pole dancing.
I love
Do
it.
pole dancing comedy. You're up there.
Well,
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
I think the intro to my special might be doing like a pole dancing routine because I've been trying to climb. I can't climb very high. I can climb to like, to me it looks like midway, like up the pole, but like truly if you look at it, you're like, you're a foot off the ground, Nicole. And I'm like, oh, but it feels like I'm in the air. My goal is to like be able to like climb to the top, drop into split, and then like start my special like dropped into a split. That's the goal. I don't know if that's
fucking
gonna happen.
amazing. I can't climb it. I can't. I have weak legs.
You probably could.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
You'd be surprised. Like, honestly, I like it because you're strong in a different way. And I'm constantly surprised that I can do things.
I
Is that
love
a doorbell I just
I don't
heard?
know. I heard a doorbell too. It freaked me out. Okay, wait. I want to hear your story about, because we were on the break and she told me that she had like a really bad hookup. I would love to hear that if you don't mind.
Okay.
Yes.
So I was touring and I was in a bar and I was talking to this bartender and he was like, you're cute. And I was like, oh, thank you. And we were like really flirting. And he was like, let me give you my number. I said, okay. So he puts his number in my phone and then he like texts himself from my phone. And then I was like, oh, okay. He's like really hitting on me.
Ooh.
And that it happens, but it doesn't happen often where I'm like into the dude.
Yeah.
Usually it's just like
the guy that you don't want to talk to. She's like, hey, you're pretty. He's
like,
one tooth.
hello.
I like you.
So he was like, what hotel are you staying at? And I told him. He was like, I'm gonna come. And I was like, okay. And he's like, I'm coming right now. And I was like, I gotta pack. My room is
coming.
disgusting. He's like, I'm coming before I come. My room is disgusting. So I'm like, the fastest I've ever moved cleaning up and packing my stuff. And then he comes and he's still really cute. And he had like a plate
He's still really cute. You're like,
but you know, sometimes you're drunk and then you see them again in like a different light and you're like, yuck, you look like Gollum. But he wasn't Gollum. He was super hot. And then he was holding like this like container of chicken. Not like fried chicken, like
You're like
grilled
offended.
chicken. But I was like, why do you have chicken? He goes, protein. And I was like, okay. So then we like start making out. It's great. I'm like, I love this. This is wonderful. And then I start sucking his dick. This is like very explicit. So I'm sucking his dick, and then like he gets like semi-hard, and I'm like, great, that's enough to start the fucking. So then he's like on top of me, and I was like, I love being choked. Because I mean, if I'm going to fuck, I'm going to come.
Yeah.
So he's like, oh, really? And I was like, yeah, you can go nuts, and I'll just tell you to stop if I'm not into it anymore. And he was
You're like,
great.
or I'll die. One or the other.
Yeah, or I'll die. So then he like kind of goes soft and is just smashing his dick into the side of my thigh.
It's like a marshmallow into a parking meter. You're just
but
like,
also choking me.
Oh.
So at one point I was like, he's not inside. And I looked at him and I was like, but you're just killing me. And he goes, man, I'm really sorry. And I was like, yeah. And if you've never seen a man realize he's murdering you while you're both naked, you haven't lived, because I realized I was like, he could kill me. And then he realized, yeah, I'm just killing her. And his face just changed from like ecstasy to like horror. And then he was like, well, just like turn over. And I was like, yeah, I get it. You don't want to look at my face anymore. And I don't think I want to look at yours anymore. So then he's like trying to like fuck me from behind. And then he just goes, nah, man, it's like a wet noodle down here. And I was like,
oh no.
and I was like, yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. He's like, yeah, I don't think so either. And then he like gets his container of chicken and is just like laying in my bed eating his chicken. I was like, you gotta go.
Weird.
You gotta get out of here. He's like, you want to cuddle? And I was like, no. And in
He wanted
hindsight,
to cuddle you.
maybe we could have cuddled and like tried again later.
Yeah.
But I was so like
horrified. You're like, I almost got killed.
I was like, well, I don't want to like wake up to him choking me again. I've already like set the terms that it's okay, and I don't want to like have to be like, okay, I'm rescinding it now.
Yeah.
If you stay here, you cannot just roll over and choke me. And I was like, I don't even know what that conversation is. So I was like, yeah, you just gotta go. And he was like, okay. And then I texted him the next day. I was like, if I'm ever in this city again, I'm gonna try to fuck you again. And he just said, I apologize for my performance, like very quickly. And I was like, it's okay. And then I was like, well, I need to know his last name because I need to show his picture to my friend.
Because I need to put his picture online and tell everyone.
So I was like, what's your last name? And then he like told me. I didn't think he was going to, but and then we were going through his Instagram, and he's so sweet. He had like genuine like captions. He'd be like, it's me, my dad, and my sisters, and family time is truly the best time. And me and my friend were like guffawing. We're like, I can't believe how nice he is.
He seems like a really good guy.
He seems so nice.
He probably would have been good for you.
Maybe.
He lost his boner choking you because he cared, like, he didn't want to hurt you. He didn't want to hurt you. I'm serious.
Maybe. I don't know. If he ever hears this podcast.
What's his name? Let's shout him out. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
I know we won't do that. Okay, but that's amazing. That's really, that's actually sweet. Is it weird? That's sweet.
Yeah, it's like a string of me trying to have sex and it just not happening.
He's just a good guy.
Yeah.
He was like, I don't want to hurt her.
Yeah, I
And his
think
dick
so.
was like,
And he was
like
like kind of drunk.
Oh,
So,
that
yeah,
whiskey
whiskey
dick
dick
is
will
never
do
a
it.
good thing.
No.
Yeah, no, that's happened with my husband before too. I was like, slap me. And he was like, really? And like he like totally lost his boner. He was like not into it. Like, it's so funny.
Yeah, sometimes people are like not into it.
People think that like some people are really kinky. Like people think my husband is like a total kinky guy because like, you know, fucking, you know, he seemed like he was into all that shit.
Yeah.
And then when we first started dating, I'm really kinky. And so I pulled out all this weird shit. And he was like, what the
What is your kink?
I'm just fucking into, like, I wear, like, the weird, like, I like the weird bondage shit.
Yes!
And I pull out all the toys.
Yes!
And, like, I'm fucking weird. Like, I said this before on my podcast. I started masturbating very young. I started masturbating when I was, like, 5.
Oh, wow.
I would, like, hump a pillow or a stool or whatever, right? So I've always been very sexual. And no, I was never sexually abused because everyone always asked me that next. No, never had any sexual abuse. I'm just a horny person. Sorry, that can happen. Normal. So I thought when I was dating my husband, I was like, oh, this is going to be great. Like, you know, because I saw cribs. I saw his cribs. He had a fucking sex swing in his house. I thought that was, yes, girl, a Chinese sex swing. I was like.
Did he use it? Or was it just for show?
No, he fucking used it.
Okay.
But not on the show. But, you know,
I know.
You know, he told me he used it. So I'm thinking like, oh, yeah, like this guy's going to be fucking like kinky as fuck. And so I show up fucking like full on fucking, I got like this like dominatrix outfit on with the boobs out and like the fucking like it's like slits and like crazy leather and straps and like fucking high heels, my like high heels on all fucking crazy, and I got the paddles and the fucking toys and all this shit, and he's like, dude, chill. Like he was like, that's a like calm down.
He was like,
you know?
No thank you.
He was like, I'm just
unsubscribe.
I would just like
no thanks, I don't want it. No.
He looked horrified. He was like, can we just have some regular sex?
No, beat me.
He wanted to, I know, right? I scared him, I think. I did freak him out.
That.
But isn't that weird? Like, you think that you try to judge people by their covers, and that's not the case all the time, you know? It's really weird. Yeah. I've also met like really innocent girls that love to be choked. So
I think more women out there just trying to feel something.
We just want to feel. God, I feel too much. I don't want to feel as much. I'd rather be numb. Anyway, Nicole, I love you. Thanks for being here. You're so awesome.
I just said thank you for being here. It is
what? Actually,
it's like when you get on a flight and the gate agent's like, have a good flight. And you're like, you too. And then you're like, no.
You're like, oh,
you're not going anywhere.
Why am I me?
Once I did that and I like doubled back and I was like, you're not going anywhere. And I said, have a good flight. And I don't want you to because you're not going anywhere. I made a mistake and I'm sorry. And she was like, it's okay. And I was like, okay. And then I was like, oh, you were just so weird. That was worse than just letting it go.
Yeah, I know. I do that shit all the time too at the restaurant. Have a good meal. You too.
You too.
You're like, yeah, sure, I will. My break in 7 hours when I get a break. Yeah, exactly. So it's your podcast. You have 17 of them.
Yeah.
What's the main one? The Why Won't You Date Me sounds amazing. And Best Friends. So she has friends. That's really cool. You know, if you don't have friends, you can listen to her podcast and feel like you're part of their friendship. So make sure to go follow her on Instagram. It's Nicole Byer. On Instagram, that's NIC, not NIK, right?
NICOLE.
NICOLE.
BYER on Instagram and on Twitter. And then my tour dates are on my website, which is NicoleByerWasTaken.com, because the address Nicole Byer was taken.
I love that. That's so genius. Look at her, guys. She's smart. She's talented. She's going places. She's already gone places. She's on Nailed It on Netflix. You already know that. But she's going beyond that. We're going to see lots of you in the future.
Brittany!
We already know that.
Thank you.
We already know that. And I'm so grateful for you being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
It means a lot. And thanks for petting Nina, the Weena.
She's great.
She's a good girl. Okay, guys, make sure to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/Brittany Furlan. I know you're listening to this either audibly or you're watching it right now. And thank you so much for all the support. I love it. I read all your comments, even the ones that hurt me. And
what's the worst comment you've gotten?
Oh, God. I just got one recently that was, I did Bobby Lee's podcast, Tiger Belly, and someone commented, I wish I could stone her to death. That was scary.
That's not nice.
I was like, ooh. Do you have to take it medieval? Like, can't we just do some
No, I don't think anyone's ever said they wanted to stone me to death.
It's awful. What's the worst one you got?
I mean, a lot of them are like, she's not funny, she's fat.
Oh, you're really funny, so that's not true.
Some people are like, I'm worried about her cholesterol. And I'm but I think it's okay. But then I'm like, maybe I should get it checked out. I don't know.
No.
I'm trying to think. What's the meanest one? There's
people are mean.
Yeah, people are just really mean.
I get the always you should kill yourself. I get that a lot. That's like the easy one. You should kill yourself.
A lot of men they like to comment that I'm too loud.
Oh, sorry. Get some fucking earplugs, dick, because this voice ain't changing.
No, I'll be loud forever.
Yeah. People say shit like that to me, too. They're like, yeah, shut up. No, you shut up. I have a mic, and I'm going to use it.
Yeah. Go do something that makes you happy as opposed to saying something nasty online to somebody.
Guys, go leave Nicole some really nice comments, okay? She fucking deserves them.
Hey, I love reading nice things.
Go leave her some nice love and positivity. We're all just trying our best out here, guys. We're all just trying our best. We're trying our best. We get one life as far as we know, and we're trying to fucking do our thing. And don't hate on anybody doing their thing. Just focus on you, okay? No need to fucking shit on somebody if you don't like what they're doing. Make your life better, okay? Don't put that energy into somebody else. Use it on yourself.
Oh, here's maybe my favorite comment I got.
Oh, okay.
This man DM'd me. I read my DMs because people will send me nasty things to hit on me for my podcast that I read.
Love it.
And this man was like, I fucking hate you. I think you're terrible. You're like a blemish on society. You say nothing good, and I hate you. Your voice is annoying. So I just wrote back. I was like, hey, I really hope you have a good day. And I hope you saying this to me made you feel better. And then he responded, hey, I was having a really bad day. And I really apologize for saying awful things to you. Keep making people laugh. Not me, of course. And that made me laugh so hard that he doubled down and be like, no, I really don't like you. But maybe I shouldn't have phrased it that way because it was mean. But I need you to know that I hate you.
Dude,
and
what
it made me laugh
fuck?
so hard.
It's insane. Like the world is fucking. This is what we're dealing with here, though. Like it's like you can't make everyone happy.
No, everyone's not for everyone. You could just truly
No.
move on. I think the thing I hate about internet is like you get to anonymously be so mean to an actual person.
I know.
Because it's like they're like
they act like there's no one behind
Yes.
it, like that they're like, oh, I'm just gonna spit this out into the universe.
Yeah.
Like, no, dude, there's a person.
the person is reading
there.
it, a
Yeah.
person is
feeling
seeing it.
Yeah. It sucks.
But
Yeah.
I always try to say like, if you say something mean, I hope it makes you feel better.
Yeah, because
I
you know
really
what?
hope you got it out of your system. I'm like living my actual dreams.
Yes.
And like I really like my life.
you make money doing what you
Yeah,
love to do.
I get to be silly on stage for an hour in like different parts of the country and meet fun people. And if you saying a nasty message to me makes you feel better, then like I kind of did my job with you.
Right, exactly. And you know what? Like, honestly, I say haters are always just fans in disguise because they're the ones that pay the most attention
They
to
really
you.
do.
Like, I get like maybe like between 20 to 30,000 likes per Instagram photo. But views when I post a video or anything like that, and like my engagement, like on my stats on Instagram, my posts get over 1 million views per post. So I got a lot of people that look but don't say anything, and I'm like, okay,
interesting.
yeah, but my insights are fucking crazy, and it's like it's crazy to see how many people are they just watch you because they hate you. But it's like, hey, thanks for watching.
I have a question. I know we have to go.
No, it's fine.
So when Vine went away, did all of your Vines go away?
No, there's like the app is still there, but it's like stagnant. It's like
Oh, so you
basically
just
like you
can't
can just
upload.
watch it. You
It's
can't
like
upload.
an archive.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And I don't even know if they might have gotten rid of that. It was called Vine TV or Vine Video or some shit like that. And you could go watch all the videos, but then a ton of them are on YouTube and stuff too.
Okay.
But like it's kind of crazy because I had 10 million followers on there, and then I have 2.6 now just on Instagram. So it's like a big difference. Like it's
Yeah,
kinda
well,
crazy.
that's what I mean. Like that sucks.
Yeah, it was a big decline.
Really sucks.
Yeah, it was bad. I also didn't do a very good job of like when it was all ending, getting on there and being like, go follow me on Instagram. Like everybody on, because I hate begging. You know what I mean? I feel lame. But everybody on Vine, like Amanda, Cerny, and Logan Paul, and King Batch, and everybody, they went on their Vine and were like, hey guys, this shit's a fucking rap. Come follow me on Instagram. And so a bunch of people went and did that. But I was just like, I'm not going to do that. I feel weird. Like,
It is weird being like, excuse me, please follow me.
Yeah.
But that's how you
do it.
That's how you get people to come to your shows
Shamelessly.
and shit.
You got to ask people,
You gotta,
like, hey,
keep
check out my stuff.
plugging.
Now I just plug the shit out of my podcast shamelessly all the time now because I learned the hard way. I'm like, listen to my podcast. Like, are you bored? Are you driving to work? You need something to listen to? Listen. Anyway, guys, make sure to subscribe to Nicole's podcast. And thank you again for listening to this podcast and all your amazing reviews and comments and the shitty ones too. We love all of you. And have a great day. Have a positive day.